Hi, third graders. Today we're going to do an activity that talks about being back to school. So I have a back to school kit that I want you to look at the items in and think about what they symbolize. So in a way, it's kind of like what we did when we were inferring with the Carl book. And let me share my screen with you. I have to stop that. Let's share my screen. And then I will show you the items in the bag. And we'll talk a little more about symbols. So thinking about different symbols, I'm going to draw a couple for you. And I bet in your mind, you will be saying what they represent. So when I draw a heart, I'm going to draw a big heart. That's a symbol for love, right? When we see this sign, it's a dollar sign, right? It kind of symbolizes money or dollars. I think of this sign used to mean, for me, number. Now they call it hashtag. And let's think what other symbols we have. Oh, what about this? You see this on containers, right? The recycle symbol. So it means to recycle that product. So these are all symbols. They symbolize something. They represent these pictures. So when I talk about what does it symbolize, the items in your back to school kit, what do they symbolize? What do they represent? So there's really no right or wrong answer. It's just a kind of fun thing to think about. What do the contents in this back to school kit have to do with reading, writing, math, spelling, and being a student just like you? So I'm going to put some of these out. Thinking about a Band-Aid. What would that have to do with school? And I bet you have lots of ideas. So you're going to get a chance in a Google form to think about these contents in the back to school kit and think about what they have to do with school and pencils and paper and spelling and math and being a student. And you're going to write them down in the Google form, which I'll show you in your Google Classroom assignment in just a moment, but I want to talk about what's in here. So a Band-Aid, think about what a Band-Aid actually is used to stop bleeding, but we're gonna come up with something different. Like maybe it's to, it might have to do, it symbolizes healing, right? So maybe you would think the Band-Aid, how does that have to do with school? Well, when you're in school and you're not feeling very good about something, that the Band-Aid is there to protect you, maybe to shield you from things. So that's kind of where we're headed with that. We have a tissue. We have a piece of bubble gum, which we don't have in school, so I don't know why that's in there, but it's fun. What does it represent? What could it symbolize? We have a lifesaver candy, a toothpick. That one's a fun one. What does that have to do? What could that have to do with being back in school? A mint, candy mint, a rubber band, an eraser, gold thread or yarn, a button. And our toothpick rolled away. Don't forget the toothpick. Okay, so you have a few items here to think about. And again, when you go to your Google Classroom, you'll have a Google form that's going to ask you to write a short answer. What does this have to do with being back in school? How can it relate to school and reading and writing and math and being with peers and collaborating? So be thinking of that. I'm going to close my screen and show you where you'll find that assignment. When you go to your Google Classroom, it will be called the Back to School Kit. And it's for Wednesday. And here's an image I uploaded. So it has a picture of all the items in the Back to School Kit that we just went over. Remember the characteristics of these items too, like a rubber band is stretchy, and what could that represent? When do we have to be able to move? And stretch our thinking. Toothpicks, they pick things, right? They're sharp. Gum, you chew, you can blow bubbles, it's sticky. Buttons, seal things. Tissues, absorb and wipe. Gold thread. Gold is really valuable, right? Mint. Mint. A mint is actually a place where they make money too. Not that kind of mint, but another kind. So those are just some clues that I'm helping you with as you infer what these items could symbolize, what they might mean for being back to school. Okay, and then we have your Google form, which you should be getting really good at by now. Don't forget to answer the question, what is your name? What does the rubber band have to do with being back in school? What does the tissue have to do with being back in school? And so on. When you're done, just hit submit. And I am anxious to see what you thought. I am going to share answers with you, things that I thought they represent, and I'm going to let you share during crew tomorrow. So during our crew time at 9:30, we'll share our thinking. So be ready. Enjoy.